Now available on Tata Sky channel number 526.
Hello and welcome. This is Property Hotline with me, Kavita Krishnan, on Magicbricks Now, India's first property channel. Today we are answering questions related to buying, selling or investing in real estate with Ashutosh Limay. Ashutosh is the National Director of Research at JLL. He joins me in the Mumbai studio. Ashutosh, welcome to the show.
Delighted.
We have Pankaj who's called in. Pankaj, what's your question?
Hi, Ashutosh. This is Pankaj here.
Hello, Pankaj.
Hi. Ashutosh, would like to know, I am owning a property in Mumbai, especially in Delhi East area. Okay. So, would like to know the prospects about this area. Should I hold it? I am owning it for last 10 years.
10 years, is it?
Yeah, I am holding it for last 10 years. Would like to know whether it's the right time or should I hold it, and what is the prospect if I hold it for next 5 years?
Pankaj, where exactly is this property located? Andheri East is quite a big stretch.
Okay, and there is, it's a JVLR area, WC Victoria Link Road.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Pankaj, I think 10 years is a sufficiently long time for any investment to give good returns. And we always say that real estate pays off better if you wait longer. And I think 10 years is a sufficiently long period. And I'm sure having bought this in 2005 or 2006, 10 years from today, you must have got a very good appreciation in rates already. Having said that, in next couple of years, we are not anticipating too much of property price increase in cities, including the Andheri JVLR belt. We are anticipating a fairly moderate price rise. You can sell it now because 10 years is a good time. But if you want to buy a new property with the money that you will get, appreciation going forward will not be too much. So my suggestion to you is hold on. You can rent it out because that's a location where rental housing is in demand. The yields are better than in some of the other parts of the town. And once you have real need of money or when you get a really good deal in some other parts of the city to enter, that is the time that you can think of selling this property. You will have good profits then also.
Which would be the other locations in Mumbai or in the MMR region where you are seeing similar rental yields?
See, rental yields, generally speaking, in Indian cities are not that great. And when I say that rental yields are better, it's a relative term. So here in Andheri, yields and in JVLR stretch particularly, yields are in the range of 3 to 3.5%. In most other parts, it is sub 3%. There are cases which it tends to be closer to even 2%, which is really not that great. So that's why I said that rents are good in this belt. And some of the other areas where yields are better are parts of Navi Mumbai, the established nodes such as Vashi, Koparkhairane. Now even Kharghar is showing good yields. Also the Thane Airoli belt, Thane city and Airoli node of Navi Mumbai, because of good commercial IT developments there, rental housing is in demand and yields are better.
Right. So that is the list that you need to keep in mind if you're buying to invest in the Mumbai property market, and if rental yield, if you're looking to hold the property for at least 5 to 7 years, you want to ensure that you have a decent rental income. These are the locations you should essentially be looking at. Let me just get it up again for you. Andheri East, Vashi, Koparkhairane, Kharghar and the Thane Airoli belt. So these are the places where you are getting decent rental yields in the market. Remember that as a rule, like Ashutosh said, you see sub 2% or sub 2%. So anything over and above that can be considered relatively good, and you're getting something around 3% over here. Next, Ashutosh, let's take Ravi Gupta's question. He's written it on our website. Now, Ravi says that he's planning to buy a ready-to-move-in flat in and around Delhi NCR region, has a budget of 50 lakh rupees. It can either be a 1 or a 2 BHK, and the location has to be close to Cyber City in Gurgaon. So he's essentially looking at Gurgaon with a 50 lakh rupee budget. What can he actually find here within that budget?
Gurgaon has become a really big market, and since he wants something nearby the Cyber City area, and I'm assuming that he probably is working there, Cyber City and surrounding area will not give him many options in that budget. So he has to settle for a location which is slightly away from Cyber City, but a location which is well connected with Cyber City. So I would recommend that on Sona Road, Sector 33, Sector 34, 35, these areas are within his budget, where property prices are 5,000 rupees per square foot or below that. And these are the areas which are fairly well connected with the Cyber City office district. Also on the National Highway 8 stretch, if he travels further, say Sector 37C, that is one more conducive location for him, given that his budget is 50 lakh rupees. These are the zones where he will find 1 BHK for sure, and in several projects 2 BHK properties as well. They are not very far, well connected with Cyber City, but the immediate environs of Cyber City are too pricey to meet his budget. So I would recommend him Sona Road, Sector 33 to 35, Sector 37C along NH8. And if he wants a bigger home in the same budget, he may look at Dwarka Expressway sectors as one more option. But there the infrastructure is not fully ready. So he may have to compromise on the connectivity part of it for some more time to come. But he will get perhaps a 3 BHK there.
Right. Also, Ashutosh, if you could just, since you gave these two options, if we were to look at Sona Road as an option, and Sona Road, if my team could just pull up the charts, it is averaging around 7,035 rupees per square foot at the moment. How far is this from Gurgaon? What is the travel time that we're essentially looking at? Because obviously, he sounds like somebody like, you said he's probably working in Cyber City area.
Yeah, I think Gurgaon is indeed struggling with commuting time and commuters issues. Sona Road within Gurgaon is a fairly big market now. So while the average prices might be 7,000 rupees a square foot, there are enough number of projects which are selling at 5,000 or under. Sona Road as such, those sectors are very well laid out sectors with good transportation infrastructure. The traffic congestion is not really encountered in this part, but the moment you start coming closer to Cyber City, NH8, Mehroli Gurgaon Road, these are the areas, Golf Course Road Junction, these are the areas which do see severe traffic congestions. And the problem with Gurgaon is because Gurgaon works 24/7, because you have so many IT, ITS companies there, there are probably 4 or 5 different peak hours during the day. So it's not that it's afternoon and then it's easy. So that is something that we'll have to live with.
But then you win some, you lose some. Yeah. If you're looking at a 50 lakh budget and you want to stay near Cyber City, then Sona Road is probably a best bet. These are the sectors that you need to look at. Sector 33, 34, 35 and 37C. Or else you could also go further down and you could look on the other side. You could look at Dwarka Expressway, where prices are averaging around 5,400 rupees odd per square foot. However, though the flats over there would be much bigger, you would get much bigger flats over there. But remember, this is much more farther than Sona Road. So Sona Road is probably a best bet. Let's take Priyankush, who's called in now. Priyankush, what's your question?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a salaried person working in a private sector company and having a CTC of around 14.5 at this moment. So I am thinking over a couple of options with a long-term goal of settling. So my first option is that whether I invest in a property in Bangalore for 2-3 years and sell it and then move to Bombay. And the second option is whether I move to Bombay in another 1 year, 1.5 years. So the reason why I was thinking of the first option was that because if I sell something in Bangalore, perhaps after 3-4 years, I will get a good capital in my hand and it would be easier for me to get a good accommodation in Bombay. But at the same time, I am not very sure whether Bangalore real estate will give me a better appreciation rate than Bombay real estate. So I want your expertise on that, expert advice that which of the options shall I consider with a long-term goal of settling in Mumbai.
Long-term goal to settle in Mumbai, should he buy in Bangalore and then move to Mumbai, or, probably just buy in Mumbai in some other location and then move to a better house. What would you suggest?
I would suggest him to buy something in Mumbai now, or in a year's time, year and a half time. If he buys in Bangalore, well, he will probably he will be required to spend slightly less. But the kind of appreciation that he is hoping for to have good capital with which he can buy something really substantial in a good location in Mumbai, that's unlikely to happen. Bangalore is a very rational market, very reasonable market. It doesn't see too many ups and downs. Property prices don't grow exponentially in Bangalore. So in the next 3 years or so, anticipate just about 5.5% per year price appreciation. So it's not going to substantially help him in terms of getting a 1.5 times kind of returns. Instead, if he buys in Mumbai now or in the next 1.5 years, good deals are available, and he can enter in places like Navi Mumbai or eastern suburbs of Mumbai, where the entry barrier is lower than other parts of the city, and he thus makes use of the today's market environment, where developers are flexible, product is aligned with the market, prices are realistic and competitive, and then settle in, and then whenever he has a substantial capital at disposal, he can upgrade himself to a better location or to a more spacious apartment. So my suggestion to him is buy directly in Mumbai.
He has a 50 lakh rupee budget, Ashutosh. Which areas in Mumbai would really come within that budget? Where can he really buy? I'm guessing he would have to settle for a 1 BHK. I don't see a 2 BHK coming within the 50 lakh rupee budget. But where in Mumbai can you buy a 1 BHK for 50 lakh rupees today?
I think it's clearly Navi Mumbai, where he will find good properties of that configuration in that budget. He may find properties in Thane also, but those would be farther on the Godbandar road. So I think if his workplace is going to be in, say, eastern suburbs, which are becoming now quite popular with IT, ITS companies, and he's working in Bangalore. So I'm assuming here that he works in an IT firm. So be it Powai, be it eastern suburbs, Navi Mumbai and Thane become ideal location from the work commute perspective. So I would recommend him those locations.
He has some time on his hands. So should he go with a reputed developer, do all his due diligence, and go for an under construction property vis-a-vis a ready property in the market at this moment?
I think today is if one can avoid construction delay risk, nothing like it. But again, to invest in an under construction property, it has got its own benefit. He doesn't have to shell out the entire money upfront, and if the project belongs to a reputed developer, I think it's fairly safe to go in under construction property as well. I would certainly recommend him to go with a reputed developer, because he's residing in Bangalore. He may not have a very day-to-day interaction. He may not be able to monitor his project that closely. Reputed developers will take care of their projects well. So my suggestion is, if he doesn't find a property of ready to move in for his liking, no harm investing in under construction projects, but go with a reputed developer.
So that's a key takeaway for all our buyers, who are watching the show over here. Like Ashutosh said, play safe. Try to go in for a ready to move in property. If not, if you do intend going in for under construction because of whatever reason, you didn't find something within your budget, you didn't like what you're being shown, then in that case, ensure that you do your due diligence, go with a reputed developer. Neena Prasad has written in through email. Now, Neena says that she's looking for a 3 BHK flat in Delhi for end use. She has a budget of 45 lakh rupees. She wants to know about the projects here. Delhi, 45 lakh rupees. That's quite a huge canvas over there for you. Ashutosh, which areas would you recommend?
No, I think while the canvas is very, very big, and we really don't know how her day-to-day life is going to pan out in terms of whether she works or whether the family members work in which area, etc. So it's a really open-ended question. But given the budget, I think the properties that will meet her budget will be on the outskirts, not in Delhi proper, or in the urban villages which are spread in different parts of Delhi city. So if it is South Delhi, Badarpur border, or the Gurgaon Faridabad road, Devli Gaon, those are the places where she might find projects. If it is northeast, sectors of Rohini. If it is west, probably areas closer to Nazafgarh or say Nangloi Jat. These are the areas where she might find projects. Again, it will be more like builder floors or small structures, ground plus 2, etc. And we will not really get very organized real estate in this budget at this moment. In Delhi, she might be lucky in finding some old DDA flats in some of the older schemes. But by and large, I think she should concentrate on the bordering areas and the urban villages, which tend to have prices slightly lower than their neighborhoods which are outside the urban villages.
Right. Ashutosh, if you look at the prop index right now, the one that we are showing, Delhi prices have trended down. So is this like a buyer's market at this point in time? Is it a good time to actually go out and buy for end use in Delhi? Would you say that?
Yes, very much so, provided that the property is ready for moving in. Any property which offers very good rate but is under construction, one has to factor in the risk of delays. If the property is ready and the market is not that great, so you get good deals, definitely go ahead and buy. So good time to buy, but try to buy in completed or towards completion staged properties.
Right, Nina, good time for you to buy a home in Delhi, especially if it's for end use. But some quick tips for you here: look at projects that are nearing completion, where you could get possession. Ideally, something that you could walk into. Look at South Delhi, look at the Badarpur border, look at Rohini, look at Najafgarh. These are areas that you could look at within your budget and see if you could get a good deal for yourself. It is a buyer's market right now in Delhi. Good time for you to buy if you want to live in that house. Siddhappa has called up. Siddhappa, tell us what's your question.
Hello.
Yes, Siddhappa, can you tell us what's your question?
Yes, I was looking for villa in the Bangalore city. Okay, for my budget is around 30 lakhs.
Your budget is around 30 lakhs.
Yes.
Okay, and what are you looking for? Could you tell us that again?
It is a villa.
A villa.
villa
Which location?
Bangalore, any area, Electronic City, be it, or any other area.
Okay, 30 lakh budget. He wants to buy a bungalow in Bangalore. Where can he buy one?
Perhaps the toughest question. I genuinely doubt whether you will find a bungalow or even a row house in that budget anywhere in Bangalore city. I think Bangalore city prices are such that in say 30 lakh rupees, in some locations you will get 1 BHK, nothing more than that. So Bangalore clearly has moved on from those days where 30 lakhs was sufficient for a bungalow or a row house. Probably very far away in the Electronic City corridor, very close to perhaps to the industrial town of Hosur, which is actually in Tamil Nadu, not in Karnataka. You might get something, but quite unlikely that in other parts of Bangalore or even on the Hosur Road corridor, you will get a villa or a row house in 30 lakh rupees. Probably you should look for apartment complexes in that budget. You will find some.
Okay, so Ashutosh, if he wants to, wants to buy a villa, what should his ideal budget be?
See, again, it depends on how close or how far he is willing to settle in a villa from Bangalore city. So if villa or a row house is something that he's wanting for whatever reasons as the typology, then probably a crore is something that he should provide for. To have that kind of asset class available, and that will be also along the growth corridors, not in city center that he is going to find villas in that budget. But on Sarjapur Road or the Devanhalli Road, the northern corridor, Hosur Road, Mysore Road, these are the corridors where once you are willing to travel to a certain distance, you will find bungalows or row houses in that budget. But not in 30 lakhs.
Then too, you're looking at a 1 crore budget. So if it's a 30 lakh budget that you're working with, Siddhappa, you're better off looking for apartment complexes, and there are quite a few of them coming up in the Electronic City area itself, which he's talking about. Can he afford an apartment complex within that budget?
Yes, I think so, because Electronic City, Hosur Road is that corridor where we have such a variance in terms of property prices. Projects start as low as 2,500 rupees a square foot, and you have projects of 7,000 rupees a square foot also in the same neighborhood. So it offers a great deal of variety. It's a big market. So on the corridor, off the corridor, abutting main roads, off main roads. We have all sorts of combinations available. So interiors of electronic city neighborhood, he should find apartment in his budget.
Right. So look for an apartment there rather than a villa. You're sure to find something in the location of your choice, which is Electronic City. Those are the prices of Electronic City for you, averaging around 3,927 rupees per square foot. Like Ashutosh said, it's a wide range. Between 2,500 to 7,000 rupees per square foot is what you can find properties over here. So 3,900 rupees per square foot is the average price, and you should find something for yourself in the 30 lakh rupee budget over there. Let's move on. Suresh Mishra has written in through email. Now he says that he's planning to invest in a project called Royal Palms in Goregaon East. He has a budget of 50 to 70 lakh rupees. He wants to know how his investment is in terms of future growth. Now, Ashutosh, Royal Palms is a massive township, and we've been hearing about this for quite some time. It's been under development for quite some time. Would you recommend it as an investment at this point in time, or should he, look at something else?
Let me speak about the genre or the category of projects like this. I think these projects are unique because the natural settings are different. The environment, the surrounding area is different. Imagine a project which is right in the middle of a lot of greenery with development restrictions around. So you can view to those conditions from two angles. One angle is because it's a development restricted zone or a special zone from a planning perspective, you will always have a stipulated or limited development coming in. That means if such locations happen to be in the cities, it's a plus point because city otherwise is highly crowded, highly dense, pollution problems, etc. Areas like those and projects in such areas will offer you cleaner environment, lot greener surroundings, unique situation. But again, the other angle is because there is a very restricted development, the normal market conditions will not prevail there. So the normal demand supply dynamics will not get applied, and this kind of project will always have a limited universe of buyers. My suggestion to him is more work needs to go in terms of homework, etc. And realize that these are unique projects in unique settings, and hence you should not go by the general market trends. Consult an expert, take advice, and then decide.
Right. So the jury is out on that one. Suresh, you really need to do a lot of due diligence there, a lot of research there, and then actually, sign on the dotted line. So, like Ashutosh said, research. It fits over here. Next question, we have Santosh, who's written in on our website. Now, he has shortlisted a project called Bren Palms at Kudlu Main Road in Bengaluru. Cost of the flat is 68 lakh rupees in the resale market. What are the future prospects for this project? He's planning to buy this for end use for 5 years. Now, as per him, the price is a little higher than the other similar projects. He has shortlisted this particular project because of the location. So, he wants to use it for 5 years and then he plans to sell it off. What kind of appreciation can he expect?
See, I think his question also has an answer inbuilt into it. And while he feels that the price is a bit high, he also understands that the location is good. So in any micro market, in any neighborhood, the variance of price typically is on account of the location and the project specifications being the second parameter. So this particular location, which is part of again the Hosur Road or Electronic City micro market, the variance is high. So but he has understood the importance of the location. So I think because...
Ashutosh, can you explain the importance of the location for other viewers as well? Look at the way the prices have gone up 17% in the last 2 years. Why is this market so significant, and what is it in this market that has caught his fancy?
I think location means everything for real estate, and particularly for end users, because he is going to be an end user there. He is going to live in there for 5 years. So for those 5 years, he should make sure that there are daily conveniences in place. Connectivity to other parts of Bangalore is good. There is availability of public transportation, there is enough social infrastructure around, healthcare facilities, education facilities, recreation facilities, and assuming that his working pattern is going to be convenient, say Electronic City or maybe Southeast Bangalore, that's why the location will command a premium. Perhaps he has understood it. Why the price could be higher is because it's a second sale, it's a ready to move in. So there is no construction delay risk associated with this, and in today's market, ready to move in property commands a premium. So I think the feeling that he is getting that the price is high is because one, location in that micro market, and second, because it's ready to move in property. So I think it's a good decision he should buy, and 5 years down the line, easily expect between 25 and 35% of appreciation over a period of 5 years.
So you've chosen a premium location, you've chosen a ready to move in property, and like Ashutosh said, there is good social infrastructure, there is good connectivity, especially if you're living and working in that particular area. So net, it's a good buy. So you should probably buy in there and look to cash in at least a 25 to 35% appreciation by the end of 5 years. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Property Hotline. Thank you very much, Ashutosh Limai, for joining us. If you have any feedback or suggestions that you would like to share, any questions you want to ask, do get in touch with us. You know how to do that. You can write in through email, Facebook, on our website. You could tweet to me or simply call in live on Property Hotline. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching Magicbricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/MagicBricksNow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at MagicBricksNow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/MagicBricksNow.